Before I got my hands on this Jimmy, somebody else had already taken the fuel pump out and replaced the fuel pump with a used one. I know there's a tool you're supposed to use for this, but this is how I do it. Got a screwdriver here that I've got nicely rounded off. I use it for all kinds of things, and this would be one of them. So there's a little tab over here that you have to pull out. And then you're going to have to tap it a little bit to get it to move. I guess you better turn it a little first, and then this thing will stay. Okay. All ready to come out. And there you have it. No wonder it's bubbling inside the tank. And there's the whole problem right there. Whoop. Careful not to spill any gas like I did. But that line's not even attached onto the pump anywhere. Can't pump like that. Tie wrapped on of all things. Okay, fix that and see how much pressure we get. Since I'm going to be doing this with my lefty, I've got some of the work done here already. But what you need to do is take this fuel gauge off. There's two little tabs to push in, and that should slide right out. And you need that off so you can pull the top off. And these two clips, there's one here and one over here on that side, and they were inside these slots. And I've already pushed those out of the little tabs there since I'm doing all this with one hand. And then should be able to pull this out. Oop. And then there's, see that small black hose right there? You'll have to pull that off yet before you can pull the whole thing out. So I just put my fuel pump in this drain tray right here just to have a clean place to keep it. And got my scary utility knife. I'm going to give it a slice. Carefully. And that's the end of that one. You can't reuse that. So I've got some 3/8 high pressure injection line. And that's what you're going to be using to put in between the pump and this connection. I'm going to eye it up roughly how long I need it. Now this hose is going to have to go in behind this rubber. I'm just going to cut off roughly how much I need. Leave myself a little bit extra. Still have a little bit extra there. Cheap pair of scissors, I like that. I didn't really want to resort back to my utility knife, but I'll be careful. got some fuel injection hose clamps. You're going to want to face that in a way so that you can get at that bolt. And probably the one way that I can see is facing it inward here. You can't get at it from the side. I've pushed it up under there quite far now. Slide the clamp up onto the hose a little ways. So I've got my clamps tightened, and I just have to put it back together. Slide that back in. Careful of this hose on the side right here. Make sure that it fits into this slot. There we go. That should just snap all back down into place. And then the gauge. This just slides down into here. Make sure the wires go in place. Snap it in. And then there's this little black tab. Slides in from underneath there like that. That's in. And one more thing, put the screen back on the bottom, and that just snaps into place. Just make sure that you push it on there all the way. Back to the truck again. I just had that all covered up. And some plugs in the ends here. A little bit of dirt around that edge. I'm going to get a damp cloth and wipe that down. And I dampened it for a reason, just so that it'll catch any of the dirt rather than have it fall in. Fuel gauge in there first. Be careful with the screen. And in this case it had the hoses facing towards the back. I do remember that much. And if you got it right, this plastic tab should line up once you get it turned in place. So I'm just going to give this a little tap. There, once that tab goes in, then you're far enough. Right now I've got my fuel pressure tester attached right to the tank, and I've got the wires hooked up that belong to the tank, and there's a nice upside down shot of the fuel pressure gauge. Let's see what she does. Oh boy. Look at that. She went right up to about 62, 63 pounds. That should be plenty. Am I seeing that right? That looks like it's going right up to 70 pounds off the tank. That looks very good. So thanks for watching, and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the how-to videos.